Jürgen, well done. What was key to navigating your way through today's game as a group?
Stay on track. How easy to say, keep believing, but it's just a football thing. It's 1-0, 55 minutes. You only need to have a look at the clock and you see, oh, that means we have another 35 to play. That's enough. Well, that's what we need. And then we made changes, yes, but changed players and the system, which was helpful for sure as well, but without the genius moment of Sadio and the bicycle kick and stuff like this, they're still 1-0. So we are not that young anymore that we think the game is over. But of course it was massive. And when they scored the goal, it was not that you felt now immediately, okay, we will react in the right way. So we needed a bit of time and a bit of help, and then we started playing, showing our real face. And together with the crowd, we were then the force we should have been maybe before already. And became a cool game then.
Talk to me about the 3 goals and the 3 goal scorers, because it seems there's different things to admire about each of them. You mentioned the overhead kick. We've had Lewis's first goal, of course, Luis Diaz, and then Mo makes 150 from an alley pass. So it takes us back to the Man United
at Anfield, as things stand, as you can see here, second place Liverpool being frustrated by third bottom Norwich City at Anfield. And you look at the statistics.
Yeah, massive, all of them. So different, if you want different heroes every week, different players involved in goals is so important. Today, I think the 2 early heroes should have been Kostas Tsimikas. Not 100% sure I could have missed that chance. And the other ball, I thought Naby would finish the situation off, but didn't happen. So we could have scored there already. That would have changed the game completely, obviously. So Norwich obviously got confident, more and more confident during the game, because they thought, okay, it's 0-0, so we have a chance here. And with the 1-0, it made it really tricky. But the quality of the boys and the mentality of the boys made then obviously the difference. That you stay really in the game and just to keep trying in an adapted way, because we changed the system. So we tried to help, and it worked out, and that's really, really good.
Today and in midweek, the substitutions, the changes to the system have made a big difference. How satisfying is that from the coach's point of view, but also that you've got a squad now where you've got options on the bench to give you more variety?
Yeah, no, it's good. Of course, it's nice when you change, and it works out. Last night we watched Mainz against Leverkusen. So the actual coach at Mainz, Bo Svensson, we were 2-1 down, and he changed both strikers. I'm pretty sure that they didn't think, oh my God, that's a good idea. But two other strikers came on, and they scored the equalizer and the 3-2. It's nice when you can do this as a coach, I can tell you. But actually, it's a job as well. And it's always a team effort out there. So the boys have a look always on the iPad, and that's so helpful that they can tell me how this and this look when you look it back, and these kind of things. And again, today I wanted to make the changes, and Pep said, okay, then let's change in a 4-4-2. Just don't give up, and we could help again a little bit from the bench, bring again, obviously, really good players on. Let me say it like this, and. That was again not only like 3 days ago, the game changer. From that moment on, we played really football again, like in the early stages of the game, and scored wonderful goals.
I feel for the players today because they left everything out on the pitch. I thought we were better than we were last week against Man City. Yes, there's bits we can work on to be better for the goals that we conceded, but we're playing against top quality players and top quality team. And I believe if we take that performance into the next few games, we'll be okay.
For Luis Diaz to score his first goal for Liverpool, how important for him and for you as a team?
Very important. He's been brilliant since he come in. He's work rate in training, games, but yeah, you can see he's got quality as well. 1v1, his shooting's really good, and his finishing, as you've seen today, is top draw as well. So really pleased for him, and hopefully that'll give him another boost in confidence to keep going and keep playing as well as he can.
Yeah, we should probably start there. Fine comeback for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons was, of course, their new signing, Luis Diaz. What was it, 37.5 million from Porto. It looks like he might be worth every penny.
He's settled in very, very quickly and already looks at home. I mean, some of the options that Liverpool have got in forward positions is pretty scary. There, doesn't mind left foot, right foot. Looks very comfortable either side. Lovely little flick here into Tsimikas. Not too bad, but then just watch the way he slips it into fourth gear here. Thank you very much. Goalkeeper's got it, so all of a sudden, because of his pace, they've got a free kick on the halfway line, no trouble whatsoever. This is a very, very clever run. He starts to come outside, but no, just watch the way he floats inside. He spots the space, and what about this for a pass from Jordan Henderson? There's the run. He needs to be found. Lovely touch with the right foot and a clever finish with that left foot. Vision, awareness, people are running off him. Already looks to have a good understanding with his players in and around him there into Mane, and no wonder he's get plenty more of them if he keeps performing like that.
Yeah,
Very good.
We saw him midweek watching the Champions League game with Liverpool. Klopp made some substitutions when they were struggling, and they really worked. And he did the same again, didn't he? Thiago in particular made a massive difference.
That's what he's got. He's got someone like Thiago that can come off the bench. Norwich have to get a lot of credit for they kept them out for 60-odd minutes, but once this guy came on, like 5 minutes later, they were like they scored 2 goals. But he's the way he passes and the way he gets the ball forward, the intensity of Liverpool's passing and movement just went up a gear with the way he was moving the ball and how quickly he's moving the ball. This for me is the pass of the season. Absolutely first class pass there. And this is all of a sudden Norwich are on the back foot with the passes he was doing. And Liverpool were just starting to fly. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't have tried to get somebody on it. That's the one. He's looking over there and he's passed it over there. And again, Liverpool in oceans of space and he's set them off again. Look how stretched they are now. And then he's in these spaces again. Look, he's wide open. And you know what I mean? And this is what happened, you know, with Norwich. They just couldn't contain that. And they, as well as they played, you know what I mean? When you've got quality like that coming in, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, it was a tough game for Norwich. They did really well.
Yeah.
Title race. All of a sudden, it's back on, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Game in hand. Also got to play City away, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, for the neutral, like we are, then, but it gets very interesting again.
We like it to be exciting.
There's certainly a lot of Liverpool supporters come that Man City-Everton game who are going to be Everton fans for a day, without a doubt.
Yeah, well, they're supporting everyone who's playing Manchester City, but that's now the situation. We've got a title race, not a procession.
Well, a lot of people will study the game today and see how Tottenham set up against them, where they created the chances and how they defended really deep and really were hard to break down. And I think teams will take a lot of credit from that game, the way Tottenham set up, and Conte take credit as well. But other teams will look at that and think, well, that's what we should do when we go to Etihad later in the season.
Mo Salah, 150 Liverpool goals. He's only the 10th person to reach that, and he's the second fastest behind the greats, Roger Hunt.
Yeah, well, it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, what a player, you know. He just ever since he's had that red shirt on, he just looks a Liverpool player, and they've moulded everything around him. It's important they keep him. It's important he stays there. Any club in the world will want him, but that is an incredible stat. And he's a fantastic player, you know. He's exciting to watch. He gets you off your seat. He's not just a poacher, like somebody that just scores in the 6-yard box. He does wonderful things on a football pitch. He scores exciting goals, and he gets little ones where he's missed it, like today. It's, you know, he's gone to play it in the other corner. He's missed it a bit off his right foot. It doesn't matter to him. He has that pride in scoring goals, and this is a wonderful pass out from the keeper. I've got to say, Alisson, and a beautiful touch there. But there, he just keeps his head. Look, I'm not passing to anyone. He's got support around him. He's going, no, I'm just... Yeah, he's pointed. He knows the keeper's got that in his locker to hit. And they've gone asleep, Norwich. He brings it down. He just keeps his head. A lot of players there would have panicked.
Yeah. There's no panic, is there, Glenn?
No panic at all.
He's always in control of the football, and he's when people panic in front of the goal and there's goalkeeper and defenders closing you down, he goes the other way. He goes calm and sees the picture a lot bigger, and he just strokes it home with his weaker right foot.
You know what, looking from behind the goal, that angle, I think he's actually done him with the eyes. We thought he scuffed it a bit, which he didn't click. He didn't hit it as clean, but he's done him with the eyes and put it back in the near post, because he knows they're both going back. Once he comes back inside, here, look at his body, the way he hits. There, we're thinking, all right, he doesn't, look, there's the body, and no, I'm catching you out, boys. I'm going in the near post. That's brilliant.
But what a player. I think he's only got a year left, Steve, in his contract. I don't know what's going on with his agent and the club, but for me, he's fit as a filly steer. He's top off. He's absolutely ripped. He's a very physically strong specimen of a man. Like, I think they should keep him for a long number of years, and his goals and his appearance record, backs that up as well.
And Diaz is a good point as well, because obviously Jota out with the ankle injury today. Mane and Salah have just been away. Firmino wasn't in the squad today.
Yeah.
They've got some depth and competition there now, haven't they?
They've got so much talent, haven't they? But it's good for him to get off the mark. It's a great ball from Henderson. That little run that we've seen Liverpool players do. He looks made for Liverpool, this lad, from out to in. As it goes in there, look, he's running across, and suddenly he turns the afterburners on. He sees a little gap there, and this is what happens. If you're a good runner off the ball at Liverpool and at Man City, at the top teams, you make a run, normally the ball, somebody sees you, and the ball's at your feet. Then it's up to you whether you've got the ability to do something with it and finish it. So he's going to get better and better playing in that team.
Yeah, that was a 34-pass move, and he's off and running in a red shirt, which is a huge boost.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned, Steve, the strength and depth as well. They're all competing for places now. They've got a fantastic squad. And again, the Man City result today will give them a massive boost, the whole squad.
Yeah, and of course, they've got this game in hand on Wednesday at home to Leeds. If they now are able to overcome them before that cup final against Chelsea, they'll go to Wembley 3 points behind Manchester City.
Well, it's a fantastic position to be in. You've got a cup final, parked, if you like. We'll worry about that. They've had a fantastic result against, Inter Milan. You can park that to a degree now and just keep that momentum going. They've got to keep the pressure on, and my word, they've done that. City might have thought, I don't think anyone within their house would have thought this is over. Pep certainly wasn't coming out saying that. But I think everyone in football, we were all thinking, well, it's going to take a lot to catch City. The only team that could do it is Liverpool, I've got to say. But it's now, with some of their players missing, they've now, Mane and Salah went to the African nations. They've got through that, OK. They've lost Jota maybe for a few weeks. For me, they've got that squad to keep it going. They've got to keep that pressure on City. They've now got, within sort of breathing distance of them, they're on their necks, but can they go past them? And City are a class horse. And it's very difficult to go past a class horse when they're in front. City now being questioned, can they go again? It's not going to be an easy one at Goodison Park with Frank. I think Everton at home are completely different than when they're going to be away. Frank's going to need more time to lay those sort of foundations down to play away from home. But at Goodison, on the front foot, with that crowd, that's not going to be easy.
It is the fewest point gap since December the 28th between Manchester City and Liverpool as the title race.
Xavi compares Ferran Torres' form to early Luis Suarez struggles. Xavi is confident Ferran Torres will come good at Barcelona despite a tricky start to life at Camp Nou. Torres, a €55 million December signing from Manchester City, rescued a 1-1 draw for Barca at home to Napoli in the Europa League, scoring from the penalty spot. Yet that was the only one of the forward's 9 attempts to hit the target on Thursday, as he passed up a series of glaring opportunities, appearing to be close to tears at full-time, having accounted for 1.47 of Barca's 2.03 expected goals. In 6 games in all competitions for the Blaugrana so far, Torres has scored twice. But those goals have come from his only 2 shots on target, with a further 15 attempts failing to trouble opposition goalkeepers. However, head coach Xavi believes this is all part of life at Barcelona, comparing Torres' circumstances to those of Luis Suarez following his 2014 move from Liverpool. Suarez, coming off a 31-goal season at Anfield, scored just once in his first 8 matches for his new club. But the Uruguay forward finished that 2014-15 season with 25 goals, including 1 in the Champions League final as Barca won the treble. In 2015-16, he netted an extraordinary 59. Now we were making a comparison in the dressing room, Xavi said, with Suarez the last Barca player besides Lionel Messi to attempt as many as 9 shots in a match, vs Inter in 2018. It happened to Luis Suarez. In the first few months it seemed that he could not score. The Barca shirt weighs a few more pounds. But because of how Torres has taken the penalty and the work he does for the team, I hope he can play many years at Barca. If he is in the area, it is because he will score goals. It's a matter of having faith and working at it. He has had goals all his life and will continue to have them. He has our absolute confidence.